Hello students, welcome back to the electrochemistry class. In the last class we were discussing electrode and electrode potential, right? So what is the meaning of electrode? It is a surface or a metallic surface on which oxidation and reduction reactions taking place. Whereas electrode potential, it is a potential difference developed at the interface between electrode and electrolyte. So we also discussed under electrode potential, positive electrode potential as well as negative electrode potential. So electrode potential, it is represented by the symbol capital letter E, isn't it? Now in this today's class we shall discuss the term called single electrode. Okay, so what is single electrode, or it is also known as half cell? Single electrode, that means any metal rod, if it kept in contact with its own metallic salt solution. So what is single electrode or a half cell? It may be a zinc electrode or a zinc rod. Suppose, see, if I consider zinc rod, metal rod, if I kept this metal rod in salt solution, this is zinc sulfate solution, this is zinc rod. So when a metal which is kept in contact with its own metallic salt solution, so here the metallic salt solution, it is of zinc, right? So when zinc rod dipped in zinc sulfate solution, then this apparatus or arrangement can be considered, or it can be termed as single electrode, or it is half cell. Clear? What is half cell? It is a metal rod kept in contact with its own metallic salt solution. Then such half cell or such instrument or apparatus or arrangement is called single electrode or half cell. So example, you can consider zinc rod in zinc sulfate solution, or you can also consider copper rod. If we keep copper rod in copper sulfate solution, then also it is a single electrode or a half cell. Now, so this is about single electrode. Next is standard electrode potential. What is the meaning of standard electrode potential? So it is represented by the symbol E0. So electrode potential, it is represented by the symbol capital letter E, whereas a standard electrode potential, it is represented by the symbol E0. So what is this standard electrode potential? So we know that electrode potential means it is a potential developed at the interface between electrode and electrolyte. Now suppose, see, so this is a metal rod, zinc rod, which is kept in contact with the zinc sulfate solution, isn't it? So this is a electrolyte. What is electrolyte? Electrolyte is a solution which must contain ions in it. Okay, now zinc sulfate solution, it is an electrolyte, and zinc rod, it is an electrode. So now there is a development of positive and negative charges at the interface between electrode and electrolyte that you have studied. Now, if you take 1 molar electrolyte solution, or the concentration of electrolyte, concentration of this electrolyte is 1 molar unit concentration, and the temperature is a standard temperature. At standard temperature, that is 298 Kelvin temperature, and the electrolyte, the concentration of the electrolyte solution is, if it is a 1 molar, then there is a development of electrode potential at the interface between electrode and electrolyte, then it is called standard electrode potential. So electrode potential, it is nothing but the potential developed at the interface between electrode and electrolyte, right? Now, when the electrode potential or when the concentration of the electrolyte solution is unity or 1 molar and at a standard temperature, if we measure the electrode potential, then that electrode potential is nothing but standard electrode potential. Clear? So what is the definition of standard electrode potential? When the concentration of all the species involved in the half cell. Clear? When the concentration of all the species involved in a half cell is unity, then the electrode potential is called standard electrode potential. Okay, so now we also studied about electrochemical cells. So what do you mean by electrochemical cell? Electrochemical cell, it is a cell which converts chemical energy which is released during spontaneous process, and it converts chemical energy to electrical energy, and also it involves the use of electrical energy to bring about what? Non-spontaneous chemical change. Now, under electrochemical cells, we have once again two types, right? One is galvanic cell, or it is also known as voltaic cell. What is its function? It converts chemical energy into electrical energy. And one more is electrolytic cell. So now, I'll consider one important cell, that is Daniell cell. It is an example for galvanic cell. Okay, so what is galvanic? Galvanic cell, or it is also known as voltaic cell. Under that, example for galvanic cell, that is Daniell. Okay, Daniell cell. Important concept. So galvanic cell, in the sense it should convert chemical energy into electrical energy. Okay, so now let us do the working and construction of Daniell cell. Construction of Daniell cell. So now, cell, in the sense there should be a presence of two half cells. So two half cells must be there, then we can say that it is a cell. Whereas half cell, in the sense only one electrode dipped in electrolyte solution. If two such half cells are there, then that is termed as a cell. Okay. Now, since it is a cell, Daniell cell, we should have two single electrodes. So one is the Daniell cell, it consists of two electrodes. One is zinc electrode. So if it is asked in the examination, explain the construction of Daniell cell, that time you have to write the diagram along with the explanation. Okay. So Daniell cell, it consists of zinc electrode. So this is zinc, Zn, which is dipped in electrolyte solution, that is zinc sulfate. So when zinc rod, it is dipped in zinc sulfate solution. This is one half cell or a single electrode, and one more electrode here is copper electrode. So this is Cu, copper electrode. Okay, copper electrode which is dipped in electrolyte, that is copper sulfate, which is a electrolyte. Clear? So Daniell cell, it consists of two half cells or two single electrodes. One is zinc rod which is dipped in zinc sulfate solution, and copper rod dipped in copper sulfate solution. Now we need to construct a cell, that means circuit must be there. So what we have to do here is, that is, we should connect these two electrodes. So they are connected externally by a metallic wire. Clear? The two electrodes are connected by using a metallic wire. Metallic wire. And now the circuit is incomplete, right? So what we have to do? We should connect these electrolyte also. So now these two electrolyte solutions, they are connected by a U-shaped tube. This is U-shaped tube which is called salt bridge. What it is called? It is salt bridge. Salt bridge in the sense it is a U-shaped tube which is filled with potassium chloride or sometimes ammonium nitrate. It can be used. So potassium chloride. So this is a U-shaped tube which is filled with the potassium chloride, acts as a salt bridge. The name is salt bridge. There is a presence of a salt. Okay. So now this is about construction of Daniell cell. Now let us explain the working. What is a working? How it works? How Daniell cell works? See. So here zinc atom, it has a tendency to undergo oxidation. I already told in the previous class. So here zinc atom has a tendency to undergo oxidation. So what happens? So from the zinc rod, so this is a zinc metallic rod which is made up of zinc. Okay. So this zinc rod, it has the tendency to lose its electron. It has a tendency to lose its electrons. We know that in a zinc there are 30 electrons, isn't it? So out of 30 electrons, 2 electrons are removed. What happens? The remaining species is Zn2 plus. 2 electrons are removed. Now only we have 28 electrons. That is 2 electrons are lost here. That means zinc atom, it has a tendency to undergo oxidation. What happens? So from this metal rod, Zn, it will converted into Zn2 plus ions. So they are released into the electrolyte. From the zinc rod, due to the oxidation process, Zn gets converting into a Zn2 plus ions. They are released into the electrolyte solution. As a result, by leaving only the electrons in the metal rod. Understood? So what here? Initially zinc atom, it has a tendency to lose its electrons. So as a result, these Zn2 plus ions, they are released into the solution. They are releases into the solution by leaving electrons in the metal rod. As a result, this rod becomes negatively charged. It has negative electrode. Why it is negative? Because there is a presence of electrons on the metal rod. Now, these electrons then move through the metallic wire. So here electron will flow. So electron will flow from zinc to copper. So what happens? To this metallic wire, these electrons are transferred and it will go to the another compartment where in the electrolyte we have copper sulfate, that is presence of Cu2 plus and SO4 sulfate ions are present. So what happens here? Cu2 plus ions from the solution, they accept 2 electron. They combine with 2 electrons. So Cu2 plus means a deficiency of 2 electrons. So it accepts the 2 electrons and reduces to Cu. Isn't it? See, through this metallic wire electrons are coming here. Simultaneously from the solution, Cu2 plus ions which are present in the electrolyte, they go towards the copper rod. They go towards the copper rod isn't it? They go towards the copper rod, where in the metal rod now electrons are present, because electrons flow occurs from zinc to metal. So in the copper rod there is a presence of electrons also. So what happens? These Cu2 plus ions, they move towards, because of the electrons which are present in the rod. So these Cu2 plus ions, they combine with the 2 electrons, these electrons, and reduces to Cu. As a result, from the solution more and more Cu2 plus ions are deposited in the form of copper, in the form of Cu. As a result, this rod becomes thicker and thicker, whereas this rod becomes thinner and thinner. Why? Because in this metal rod, because of its oxidizing tendency, it is removing, or it loses its electron. So as a result, only the electrons are remaining in the metal rod by leaving the Zn2 plus ions in the solution. These electron will flow from zinc rod to copper rod, where it combines with the Cu2 plus ions and gets reduces to Cu. Okay. Now we know that always current will flow in the direction opposite to that of the electron flow. So electron flow from this direction, right? So current will flow from this direction. Current. So current start flowing from copper electrode to zinc electrode. Okay, now, so after the oxidation in the electrolyte solution, now we have more concentration of Zn2 plus ions in the solution. Right. So as a result, compared to sulfate ions, the concentration of the Zn2 plus ions is more now. Electrical neutrality must be maintained. So what happens here? We took salt bridge, right, where it consists of potassium chloride. So in order to neutralize the increased positive charge, that is, increase the concentration of Zn2 plus ions, the negative ions, that is Cl minus, which is present in the salt bridge, it will diffuse through it in order to neutralize the positive charge. Simultaneously, in the another compartment, see here, copper Cu2 plus ions from the solution, it gets deposited as or in the form of copper, right, by leaving only sulfate ions, negative ions in the electrolyte. Once again, the electrical neutrality is not balanced. So in order to maintain the electrical neutrality, the positive ions, that is a K plus ions, which is present in the salt bridge, it will diffuses into the electrolyte. So what is the function of salt bridge here? Why we have to use a salt bridge? One thing is to complete the circuit, isn't it? To complete the circuit. And one more function of salt bridge is in order to maintain the electrical neutrality of electrolyte solution. So explain the construction and working of Daniell cell. You may get a question in the examination. Explain the construction and working of Daniell cell. So initially, Daniell cell consists of 2 electrode or 2 half cells. That is, first one is a zinc electrode, which is dipped in zinc sulfate solution, and one more is a copper electrode, which is dipped in copper sulfate solution. These 2 electrodes they are externally, they are connected by a metallic wire, and they are internally connected by a salt bridge. Right. Now, under working, zinc atom, it has a tendency to undergo oxidation and to produce Zn2 plus ions. So these Zn2 plus ions are released into the solution by leaving only electrons in the metal rod. As a result, the rod becomes negative. The electrode at which oxidation occurs is known as anode. Yes or no? So it is an electrode. Always in Daniell cell, zinc electrode is considered as an anode because at this particular electrode oxidation occurs and it is negative electrode. Why it is negative? Because here after the oxidation process only the electrons are present in the metal rod or a metal surface. That's why it is a negative electrode. Okay, from this zinc rod, electrons are moved to the another compartment where in the electrolyte Cu2 plus ions are present, which are combining with these electrons, and they reduces to copper and gets deposited on the copper rod, and current start flowing from the direction opposite to that of electron direction. Clear? What is the function of salt bridge? Salt bridge is used to maintain the electrical neutrality of two electrolyte solution. So here in the left hand side we have a zinc electrode, which is an anode, because the electrode at which oxidation occurs is always considered as anode, and it is a negative. Whereas the electrode at which reduction taking place, reduction means addition of electrons, so the reduction taking place is cathode, and it is positive electrode. Okay, this is positive electrode because from the solution these positive ions will come to the surface of the copper electrode. So that's why it is a positive electrode, whereas zinc electrode is a negative electrode and it is anode, whereas the electrode at which the reduction reaction or reduction process is taking place is termed as cathode. Okay, now this is very important. I hope it is clear to you. So now we should write electrode reactions. Okay, always it is asked in the examination, write the electrode reaction. So in a Daniell cell, it is a cell means there is a presence of two half cells. Right, now we have to write electrode reactions. The reactions which are taking place at two different electrodes, that we have to write. So now electrode reactions, okay, or half cell reaction. So first I'll consider anode, at the anode. Since anode is a negative electrode where oxidation reaction is taking place, right? So at anode, what is the process? That is the oxidation. So what happens here? Here zinc, it undergo oxidation. Yes or no? So Zn, it loses its electrons. How many electrons? It loses its 2 electrons, and 2, it will form Zn2 plus with the loss of 2 electrons. Clear? This is oxidation. What is the meaning of oxidation? Oxidation is a process where loss of electrons occurs or takes place. So now zinc undergo oxidation, that means it loses its electrons and to form Zn2 plus ion. Okay, this process is taking place at the anode, at the negative electrode. And one more electrode is at cathode. Okay, at cathode, process is reduction. That means Cu2 plus ions which are present in the electrolyte, it accepts 2 electrons and reduces to Cu. So process is reduction. Yes or no? This is Cu2 plus ions with the deficiency of 2 electrons, it accepts 2 electrons and reduces to Cu, copper. So the process is reduction. This process is taking place at which electrode? At the cathode always. So at the anode, always oxidation reaction is taking place, whereas at the cathode, reduction reaction is taking place. So this is electrode reactions or a half cell reactions. In the exam, you may get a question like, write the half cell reactions of Daniell cell, or write the electrode reactions of Daniell cell. What we have to write that time? So at the anode, this is the reaction. At the cathode, this is the reaction. Now, finally, we have to write cell reaction. Cell means, what is cell? Presence of, it consists of 2 half cells. So cell reaction or net, overall net reaction. By combining these two half cell reactions, we have to write a cell reaction. One cell in the sense presence of, or it is a combination of two half cell, right? So while writing the cell reaction, we need to consider these two half cell reactions. So let us combine these two reactions. Let us add. So in the left hand side you have Zn Cu2 plus and 2 electron, and in the right hand side in both the reactions you have Zn2 plus 2 electrons. So we can cancel these 2 electrons in the left hand side and in the right hand side. So the remaining species in the left hand side only Zn plus Cu2 plus ions are present in the aqueous solution, right? So that time I'll write the physical state here, that means aqueous condition. So here after Zn2 plus ions are released into the solution, that means it is in aqua, it is in solution, right? Similarly Cu2 plus, it is in solution. So in the right hand side we have Zn2 plus and copper. So this is cell reaction or a net reaction. Understood? So in the Daniell cell, write the half cell reactions. So that time you have to write at the anode oxidation reaction, that is Zn, it undergo oxidation to form Zn2 plus ion, and at the cathode reduction reaction is taking place. Then we should write cell reaction or net reaction by combining these two half reactions. Very important. Okay, now how to represent any cell? In this case it is a Daniell cell. So how to represent any given cell symbolically? Okay. So next is the cell representation. Cell representation. Cell representation. How to represent a Daniell cell symbolically? So I'll write the symbolic representation of this Daniell cell. Later I will explain it. Okay. So this is the representation or a cell representation of a Daniell cell. So here in the left hand side I have written Zn vertical line and Zn2 plus. See, one thing you remember, while representing any cell symbolically, always the negative electrode, it should be written on the left hand side first. So here in Daniell cell we have a zinc electrode and copper electrode. So which is a negative electrode? Negative electrode is a zinc, because at that particular electrode oxidation occurs. So the negative electrode is zinc here. So even in the diagram as well as in the symbolic representation of a cell, the negative electrode, it should be written on the left hand side. Okay, left hand side. So this is the left hand side. I have written zinc electrode, and in the right hand side always positive electrode is written. So the electrode which is present in the left side, which is known as left hand electrode, which is known as LHE, left hand electrode, and the positive electrode which is written on the right hand side, it is known as right hand electrode, RHE, right hand electrode. Okay, so here in this cell, in a Daniell cell, the negative electrode is zinc. That's why I have written in the left hand side, which is a left hand electrode, whereas a copper electrode, it is a positive electrode, that's why it is written on the right hand side. Hence the name right hand electrode. Okay, now here one single vertical line is present. What is represents? What is the meaning of this? See, in the left hand side we have an electrode, right? And electrolyte is ZnSO4. That means Zn2 plus ions are present in the electrolyte. So there is a phase difference. There is a boundary between electrode and electrolyte. So if there is a boundary or a phase difference between electrode and electrolyte, then it is always represented by a single vertical line. So if any single vertical line is present in a representation, it indicates there is a phase difference, there is a boundary between electrode and electrolyte. Zn2 plus ions means it is in aqueous, it is in solution. So there is a difference, there is a phase difference between electrode and electrolyte. That's why we should write one single vertical line. Similarly, you can see one more single vertical line. Again it represents what? Copper. That is, copper is an electrode and Cu2 plus ions. Cu2 plus ions, they are present in the solution. So again there is a phase difference between electrode and electrolyte. There is a phase difference between electrode and electrolyte. Again you have to represent it by drawing a single vertical line. Now here you can see there is a double vertical line. It represents a salt bridge. So in a Daniell cell we have a salt bridge here. So salt bridge, it is always represented by drawing a double vertical line. And at the extreme ends electrodes are written. The solid metal electrodes are written. Okay, at the extreme ends solid metal rods are written. So this is a cell representation of what? Cell representation of a Daniell cell. So now, I'll repeat once again. Cell representation. While representing any cell, the negative electrode, it is written on the left hand side. Negative electrode annu left hand side ge baribeku. First you have to identify which is the negative electrode and which is positive electrode. So here in the Daniell cell, left side ge bardiruvanta electrode yavaglodu negative electrode agirtade. So the negative electrode is always written on the left hand side, and a single vertical line represents a phase difference between electrode and electrolyte. And the positive electrode is written on the right hand side. Again, the phase difference between electrode and electrolyte is written by drawing a single vertical line. The double vertical line indicates the salt bridge, presence of a salt bridge. Clear? And at the extreme ends, the solid metal electrodes are written. So this is a cell representation of Daniell cell. In the exam, you may get question like represent a cell. They may be given electrode reactions. Electrode reactions may be given. Based on the electrode reactions, you have to write the symbolic representation of cell, or directly in the problem, if you get like this, it is a cell, write based on that you have to write electrode reactions. Okay, very important concept. So based on that we'll have problems, so that we will discuss in the next class. Okay, thank you everyone.